I'm going to show you how we can simulate fluid flow with transient heat transfer in COMSOL Multiphysics. It is our computational domain and it is our inlet boundary condition. This is our outlet boundary condition. The top and bottom boundary are insulated and it is our coffer or heat source inside our domain, and our objective is to find temperature distribution as function of time inside our domain. Let's get started. We click on model wizard. We have 2D, so we select 2D. And here we have fluid flow and we have non-isothermal flow, so we open it and we select laminar flow. Okay. Here I know we have time dependent or transient simulation, but at first we select a stationary and after that we select transient. Okay, so click on done. Okay, the first step is creating the geometry, so we right click on geometry and select rectangle. Okay, here we have our height is 0.2 and the width is 1. Okay, now we select a circle. Okay, and here we have 0.05. Okay, and we select here. Okay, we have 0.5 here and we use 0.1. Okay, now we go to materials. So here we right click and material from library, and here we select air for our fluid domain, and also we need to select the copper for our heat source. Okay, so here as you can see, it is our airflow or air domain and it is our heat source. Okay, now select laminar flow, right click. Here we use inlet and our inlet velocity is 0.05 meter per second. And now we select outlet boundary condition, so it is our outlet boundary condition. Our pressure in outlet is 0. Okay, and here another point that is important, we need to remove the heat source from laminar flow because it is solid, so we need to remove it from laminar flow or fluid flow. Okay, and now let's monitor heat transfer in fluid. Right click, and here we use temperature, our inlet temperature, and its temperature is 300. Okay, and now we can select, for example, the outflow, but it's not important, but we use it. Okay, and finally we need to select our heat source. Okay, so it is our heat source and the value of our heat source is 5E3. The unit is watt per cubic meters. Okay, so and also for our initial value we have 300 kelvins. Okay, here we have inlet temperature, it is our outflow heat source. Okay, and our initial value. Okay, in non-isothermal, so it is our non-isothermal or coupled laminar flow and heat transfer. And here we have also include viscous dissipation. Okay, now click on mesh 1 and we use fine mesh. Okay, and now click on the stationary, and here it's actually important. At first we run our simulation as a steady state condition, so now run and compute. Okay, it is our velocity distribution at a steady state condition, and also we need to check our pressure and temperature. Okay, it is our temperature as you can see at a steady state condition, but we want to investigate our temperature distribution as function of time. So select a study, and here we click on study and other study, and we use time dependent. Okay, but here we need to decrease the computational cost, so we select value of dependent variable. Okay, and here value of variable not solved for, we use user, and here we use solution and we use the study one. Why? Because in this model we can consider the effect of heat transfer in fluid flow is not significant, or there is no any effect of heat transfer into the fluid flow. So here for time dependent we can deactive laminar flow. Okay, we can just run heat transfer in fluid and non-isothermal. Okay, so now here in the time dependent we can use, for example, 5000, and for our SIP we can use 1. Okay, now click on replace and now we click on compute. Okay, And here you can see, so it is our temperature distribution, but we want to check the temperature distribution as function of time. Okay, so here you can see our temperature distribution as function of time. So I click on surface 1 and we use, for example, rainbow. Okay, and now again we're back in mission 1 and